Benavidez.
We'll see. We'll see. We 100% focus on this fight, but everything is possible right now.
Benavidez eventually grew tired of constantly pursuing a fight with Canelo, so he decided to take a more traditional approach instead.
Man, right? If you got another man coming in your house, coming in your sport, whatever you want to call it, bro, and he's calling your name, he's doing the same thing you doing, he fighting, and you the guy.
Not too long ago, Benavidez approached Canelo directly and mocked him over what he viewed as avoiding a fight between them.
To put up the 250 million.
I mean,
would you negotiate down?
no less than 200.
No less than 200.
Ooh.
All right, let's get 200. Hey, y'all, we got enough people in the room. Let's get the money. But you deserve it.
I deserve it. Look,
yes.
They always asking for a fight.
Benavidez previously stated that he believes Canelo is not as technically gifted as many people claim, and said some of Canelo's strongest performances came after he had already reached his peak years.
Knockouts. So for me, that's why I feel like I see Canelo Alvarez and I see like he's not as good as everybody thinks. Because the best one that fought Golovkin that first time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looks so good, because he's off clenbuterol.
For a long time, David Benavidez has wanted the opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez, and throughout that pursuit, he has continued to repeat one message, that he believes Canelo is avoiding the fight because he is afraid to face him and running out of excuses. Benavidez has also said in several interviews that fighters who do not want to step into the ring with him should simply admit it, because to him it looks like fear.
Number one, baby!
But it seems that still was not enough for him, and he recently decided to confront Canelo directly in person. Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez ended up face to face during a heated encounter that quickly turned into a brief but intense physical clash.
It's his weight class. 75 is his weight class, and you know he do nothing in 175. Really? No, he's not the same.
For years, Benavidez has insisted that he is on a higher level than many of the opponents Canelo Alvarez has already faced, and believes a fight between them would be extremely difficult for Canelo. Benavidez has openly claimed that he competes against tougher fighters, and has repeatedly warned Canelo that stepping into the ring with him would be the hardest fight of his career.
All I'm saying, when is he going to answer that call? Because it's his duty.
Benavidez remains completely confident in his ability to defeat Canelo Alvarez. He has stated that he possesses both the skills and the power needed to win the fight, and firmly believes victory is possible. In his view, it is only a matter of time before Canelo eventually runs out of excuses to avoid the matchup.
Like I say, if the money is right, I mean, I always fought with everybody you ask, Golovkin, everybody you mentioned me.
Benavidez remains completely confident in his ability to defeat Canelo Alvarez. He has stated that he possesses both the skills and the power needed to win the fight, and firmly believes victory is possible. In his view, it is only a matter of time before Canelo eventually runs out of excuses to avoid the matchup.
Not the same, but he is his weight class, the 175, and I don't really want to say what he's need to do to.
Canelo Alvarez, who is widely known for staying calm and composed, has responded to Benavidez's comments by keeping his attention on the challenges currently in front of him. His team has continued to insist that they are not avoiding the fight, and says Canelo is simply focused on other opponents for now, and will face Benavidez when the timing is right. However, Benavidez does not accept that explanation and views it as another excuse. He believes Canelo understands how dangerous the matchup would be, and has claimed that Canelo is worried about losing the image and reputation he has built over the years.
So he's not going to be a million miles away from 200 pounds in the ring. He'll have at least a stone on Canelo. So it's a tough fight.
Benavidez is not only convinced that he can beat Canelo Alvarez, but also believes Canelo is not as skilled as many fans and analysts claim. During a recent interview with $1 million worth of game, David Benavidez once again spoke about his long-running interest in fighting Canelo, and continued to push for the matchup to finally happen.
I've heard everybody that's been in front of me, and Canelo's no different. And I will hurt him too, and I'll take all his...
Benavidez, who recently showcased his abilities in his latest fight against Alexander Vostok at 175 pounds, believes that Canelo is actually on the decline compared to his best years.
He turns the opponent away.
That is easy, Snake. Now we see Benavidez pushing both
tensions. Right.
Look how comfortable
Used to chopping down the physicality from both dictators.
His performance against Vostok demonstrated both his power and technical ability, strengthening his argument that he deserves an opportunity to face Canelo. Benavidez also brought up Canelo's 2018 positive test for the banned substance clenbuterol, which remains a controversial topic and continues to be discussed within the boxing world.
The greatest Canelo came out, the one that you guys seen that fought Triple G the first time. Bro, dude popped dirty for clenbuterol, bro.
Benavidez did not hold back during the interview and stated that Canelo's best performances came before that period and argued that he is not as dominant or as highly rated as many people believe. This comment directly challenges Canelo's legacy and achievements. Canelo's first fight with Gennady Golovkin ended in a draw, and he later faced scrutiny after testing positive for clenbuterol, a result he attributed to contaminated meat. The incident has remained controversial in boxing, with Benavidez and others continuing to question aspects of Canelo's career success.
Was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looks so good, because he's off clenbuterol.
Whoa, well, that was the best Ryan Garcia I ever seen.
He guaranteed he took it. He said that he ate meat that was tainted in Mexico.
Benavidez pointed to Canelo's earlier prime version and brought up his first fight with Gennady Golovkin, stating that during that period Canelo was also dealing with the clenbuterol situation. He suggested that this issue raises questions about the timing and impact of Canelo's positive test and continues to fuel debate around that part of his career.
The second fight didn't happen. So for me, seeing that was the best Canelo I've ever seen. But that was Canelo off steroids. Everybody else that he's fought.
Why do you think the second fight didn't happen immediately? For me, that version of Canelo was the best I had ever seen, but I also believe that was Canelo without any performance-enhancing substances. Benavidez's comment suggests that in his view Canelo may not be the same dominant fighter without those factors which he believes affected that period of his career.
He fought Daniel Jacobs. He fought, what the f is his name? Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. These guys are all weak, bro.
Benavidez went on to criticize several of Canelo's past opponents, saying that fighters like Amir Khan, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, and Caleb Plant were not strong competition in his view. By downplaying the level of those opponents, Benavidez is presenting himself as a much tougher challenge. He believes those fighters did not offer the kind of resistance he would bring into the ring, and is confident that his own skill and power go beyond what Canelo has faced in recent years, making a fight between them feel both necessary and unavoidable.
Lots of people, they said for him to test positive off a piece of meat, he would have had to eat the whole cow.
Let me ask you this question, though.
He further questioned Canelo's explanation for the positive test, saying the claim was that he had eaten contaminated meat in Mexico. Benavidez added that people he has spoken to believe the amount found in the test would make that explanation unlikely, suggesting it would require consuming an unusually large quantity of meat. His comments reflect the ongoing skepticism and controversy that still surrounds the incident.
I said, like, at the end of the day, we just want to see the best out of the best, and I want to challenge myself because I want to be the best as well. So this guy, man, I've been having the belt. I've been number one.
But now it's a time to ask for me, right? If they want me to fight them, they need to pay me.
His remarks imply that the contaminated meat explanation is unlikely, which further fuels criticism from those who continue to question Canelo's integrity and the circumstances surrounding the case. Benavidez's ongoing criticism, combined with his strong performances in the ring, could eventually push Canelo to accept the fight. Many believe that Canelo may not have reacted to everything being said, but if he does take notice, it could influence his decision. Benavidez appears to be trying to force the fight by challenging Canelo's pride and legacy, while increasing public pressure and media attention continues to build tension between both fighters.
He brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it.
Even years later, the 2018 situation continues to affect Canelo's reputation, as some fans still view it as a lingering issue for David Benavidez. This doubt about Canelo's integrity is something he often highlights by repeatedly referencing the clenbuterol case. By keeping the topic active in public discussions, Benavidez continues to fuel debate around Canelo's past while also building attention toward a potential future fight between them.
Watching the Jaime Munguia and Canelo fight was a good fight. It went exactly how I expected, but hats off to both fighters.
David Benavidez made a strong statement in his move to light heavyweight by defeating Alexander Gvozdyk on Saturday night to capture the interim WBC title. This win marked an important step in his career, as it showed he can compete effectively in a higher weight class while taking on experienced opponents. Benavidez said after the fight that he felt he had gone up in weight and performed strongly against a former world champion and Olympian. He added that his earlier claim about winning every round may have been an overstatement based on the official scorecards, but he still believed he controlled most of the action throughout the bout. His pressure and aggressive style kept Gvozdyk on the back foot for long stretches, preventing him from settling into any steady rhythm or building consistent offense.
Body shot, and Gvozdyk again at the left uppercut, but then Gvozdyk able to counter with a sharp bring their country with the left of Alexander Usyk.
Benavidez's record now improves to 29 wins with 24 knockouts, strengthening his reputation as a major force in boxing. This comes despite difficulties in preparation, including a re-injured hand and a cut suffered just weeks before the fight. His performance was still widely seen as strong and commendable.
Body shot, and Gvozdyk again.
I had him hurt a few times. Benavidez explained that he held back on throwing many combinations because he re-injured his hand during the third round. He added that he had been dealing with a torn tendon in his right hand for weeks before the fight, and also suffered an injury to his left hand during training camp, despite also getting a cut 3 weeks before the bout. He said he is proud of himself for pushing through the injuries and still putting on a strong performance for the fans.
You will definitely stay at 175 now, or do you want to invoke your mandatory right again with Canelo Alvarez?
No, I definitely want to invoke my mandatory right. It's something I work for.
The fight statistics clearly showed Benavidez's control in the ring. He connected on 42.8% of his punches, which highlighted both his accuracy and punching power, while Gvozdyk landed just 23.3% of his attempts. A key difference was Benavidez's output in power shots, as he threw 349 power punches and landed 163, many of which targeted Gvozdyk's body. By the fourth round, he was firmly in command, pressing forward and forcing Gvozdyk backward with steady combinations and pressure. Although Gvozdyk is an experienced fighter, he struggled to match the pace, especially after taking early damage. Still, he showed toughness and never appeared intimidated, reflecting his experience. After the fight, Gvozdyk admitted he would have preferred a different outcome, saying he wished he had been more active in the opening rounds. He also felt the scorecards were fair and described the contest as competitive, noting that Benavidez was stronger early while he improved in the second half and even expressed interest in a rematch. His willingness reflects the mutual respect between both fighters and the competitive nature of the bout. Benavidez's performance also reinforced his potential at light heavyweight, where he entered as a strong favorite and proved his aggressive style translates well to the higher weight class, making him a dangerous contender at 175 pounds. Looking ahead, Benavidez has also expressed interest in returning to super middleweight, where he sees major opportunities, including potential fights with Canelo or other top names, as he aims to become a 4-division world champion.
World title, so I'm gonna go down to 168, win another world title, if it's with Canelo or whoever. I mean, I'm ready to be 4-time world champion.
The possibility of a fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez is still very much alive and continues to generate strong interest from fans and analysts. Benavidez has been open about wanting the matchup and believes it would be a huge fight that brings a major payday for both fighters. He also mentioned that he may need some time off to allow his hand to fully recover before returning to action. Still, the idea of a Canelo versus Benavidez clash remains one of the most talked about scenarios in boxing, as it promises a high-intensity and highly competitive showdown.
You know, so now my son, he's gonna be world champion soon too. So in the future, so I'm really happy.
What do you think? Is Canelo avoiding this fight? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. We'll catch you in the next one.
And if you being Canelo Alvarez and you have any pride in your dignity and you and your skills, I don't care. Step up and face that man.